Aldo, so first question I've been asking everyone, I feel it's a good place to start, is what is your definition of smart manufacturing, and how do you describe a smart manufacturing mindset?
Sure. I attribute it to sort of how I view my tasks in a day-to-day operations. I try to think about smart ways to accomplish goals, so we can all work hard and long. We need to work smarter. And with smart manufacturing, I think there's ways you can use a data-driven approach to improve your effectiveness or your efficiency. And that's really the bottom line, is that how do you take those resources, apply them in a way that you could create smart operations that effectively give you better results.
So one thing I want to know, because I think you'll have a unique perspective on this as a CIO,
Yep.
What are your priorities when it comes to smart manufacturing?
So my priorities are to find ways to create innovation through data, through machine learning that can be applied to smart manufacturing. And what I mean by that, if we can apply different types of models or algorithms, for example, to improve downtime or to help with quality, in a lot of those circumstances, you really need to think about the application and how we can do things in a more innovative way. In addition to, we've also building in technology that makes the product and technology better. For example, like generative AI. We incorporate generative AI to help us generate data, synthesize data to make the models better. We employ other techniques, innovative ways to basically make the technology easier to use and more acceptable to a wider audience.
Since you already started talking about AI, I have to ask you, your LinkedIn tagline is very loud, I'll say. It says, "Industrial AI will pave the way for the digital factory of the future."
Correct.
What do you mean by that?
So the digital maturity curve that one of the marketing companies came up with, everything starts with data. So as you digitize your factory, what you now have is basically an infrastructure with a lot of data. So how do you then take that digital platform and turn it into a system where you can now show results? So paving the way, I mean taking AI machine learning is really the next step, not only for predicting, but for diagnosing, for helping to improve your system to optimize. Optimization, and then autonomously, how do you make these algorithms more self-driving, if I can use that word?
Yeah.
So taking that digital platform, turning it into a platform that actually generates results.
Yeah, because that's my biggest takeaway from what you said. You said everything starts with data.
Everything starts with data.
That's been a common trend during these conversations. But then you said, how do you turn that into a platform that shows results?
Yep.
I want to get to that in a second, but first I need to understand a bit more about why is it so difficult to deploy and scale AI, and maybe that's why it's how do you get results? But I'll start there.
Well, machine learning and AI really started from a coder's perspective. So today, I mean, in the past, a lot of the AI was generated through developers and programmers. What is challenging is to take that application and turn it into more of a manageable system. So for example, can you then take an algorithm and be able to not only use it for a very specific application, but can I take that, for example, I'm trying to predict an injection molding machine asset health. If I have to make an application specific for that, do I have to reprogram and redesign it for a different system? So the way to scale that is being able to manage those algorithms and be able to deploy them more from a wider perspective, so you can do more distributed. Reusable models, managing those models, data operations, these are all things that really play into that.
So manageable algorithms, reusable models.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how does your AI and ML platform at SORBA tie in with CESMII and its overall mission then? Let's weave it together.
So the goal of SESMII is to unify all of these different systems into a common digital platform where you can interact and interoperate with different systems in a digital way. Traditionally, every system has its own protocols, has its own way to interface. What CESMII brings is a more unified approach to that. Yeah. And what we've done is we've integrated to that. So now taking that injection molding machine or CNC machine and be able to say, I want to be able to apply a machine learning algorithm to detect anomalies or failures, I don't have to worry about all that integration. All I do is point to that system, and our system then takes that model, automatically creates a machine learning algorithm, and generates a prediction for you. Eliminates all of the legwork. That's really where a lot of the work is. Yeah. Building machine learning model is one step, but integration, that pipeline, becomes even more complicated. Yeah. And CESMII takes care of that through that unified platform.
So just to make sure I understand, you're eliminating the work that would typically go into creating that integration. Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So my last question then is, why is there an urgency to furthering the adoption of smart manufacturing right now? I feel like urgency has come up in a couple of our previous exchanges, so I want to hear this and maybe as a word of expediting to our audience, if you will.
Absolutely. Well, I've been in this business a long time. In the automation side, I was a controls engineer when I started my career. So I've seen manufacturing grow in a big way. And with all of the things happening around the world, we're sort of bringing manufacturing back. But we will never, as a country, be able to scale up manufacturing fast. We need smart manufacturing. We need smart ways to make us more effective. There's not enough people. Yep. There's not enough people that understand how to do this. So you have to build ways to use data to be more effective and to help scale. That's really the key, is how do we, and then the competitive nature. Companies are trying to be competitive. They're trying to lower cost. There is no technology today, and probably in the near future, that's going to allow you to meet those goals without machine learning and AI. And with ChatGPT and all these now people are starting to realize, because before, I think that they knew it was out there, but they really didn't understand it, didn't know what benefit. That is the challenge today, that even though people want machine learning and AI, they really don't know what benefit it's giving them. Yeah. And that is the challenge that we face, but we've actually shown results, and we've been able to prove them and show an ROI. That is the next step to this whole evolution.
Yeah, so maybe I'd love to hear your piece of advice to the audience then, because I feel like people look at AI and AI platforms as, oh, we need AI because that's the latest technology.
Right.
But they're not really discerning why they need AI. Yeah. What's your coaching to the audience to approach artificial intelligence the right way?
That's a great question. I usually do not try to talk tech.
Yeah.
I try to focus on what are their business objectives. What are the things that keep you up at night? The saying, what keeps you up at night? If we focus on those objectives, then we can understand, is AI a mechanism to help you reach that goal? In some cases, it may not be maybe a simple fix, but it could be more complicated. I'll give you an example of that. Today, most companies are trying to be carbon neutral.
Yep.
Sustainability is a big goal. In today's technology, there really is no other way to do that with AI. So AI can help reduce energy, reduce carbon emissions, and help customers achieve those goals. Manufacturing in the same line, trying to improve yield. So those are the things that I think are important to basically get us to the next step.
Yeah. No, I love those specific examples around reducing emissions, improving yield, because now when someone listens to this, they can think to themselves, okay, AI might be a solution to help me with that, rather than, oh, AI might be a solution to help me with something, right, for example. Aldo, that was a great, straightforward piece of advice to wrap this conversation on. I really appreciate you taking the time to chat today.
Pleasure to be here. Thank
you. Cheers.